Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One winner. 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast. Breakfast? Maybe I should have had breakfast. A little brekkie could be good for me. No, stay focused. Speed. I'm faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
Hey, Lightning, you ready?
Welcome to the safety video for the Kluane-Chilkat International Bike Relay, also known as Kcibr. As you bike down the Haines Highway, you will be traveling through traditional territories. Please take the time to respect and appreciate this. Kcibr is approximately 240 kilometers or 148 miles of biking down the Haines Highway from Haines Junction, Yukon to Haines, Alaska. There are 8 legs of varying length and characteristics. You could be on a solo, 2, 4, or 8-person team. Please refer to kcibr.org for specific information and rules. This is a recreational event, so make sure you have fun, stay safe, and help each other out.
Have a good ride.
From 8:15 to 9:15 on Saturday morning, there will be no traffic allowed between the start line and the 3.8 kilometer pullout on the Haines Highway. This is to allow riders to spread out a bit. You need to make sure that your Leg 2 rider is past the road closure before 8:15 in Haines Junction. There will also be alternating single-lane traffic in place at checkpoints 1 and 2. Please obey all signs and the traffic control people. At all the other checkpoints, please obey signs, especially no parking signs, and take direction from checkpoint volunteers. In terms of support vehicles, there's absolutely no pacing beside your rider as you go down the highway, and no rider should be drafting behind their support vehicle.
Ford with wheels! He's an absolute dream!
Instead, if you want to support your rider, drive ahead a few kilometers, find a very wide, safe shoulder of the road, and completely park off the road. Then look before you open your door. You might want to look at the Dutch Reach. And then get out of your vehicle and support your rider from the side of the road.
Keep going!
Riders need to make sure they're wearing an approved bike helmet that is securely fastened to their head. Clothing needs to be appropriate for weather conditions, which can vary greatly year to year, and even over the course of the 8 legs. You can expect windy conditions, cold conditions, hot conditions, and wet conditions, and those could all be in the same year. Bikes can either be mountain bikes, road bikes, touring bikes, tandem bikes, and even e-bikes. Please refer specifically to the rules on the website for information about tandem and e-bikes. Your bike needs to be mechanically sound, and you need to be mechanically sound, so make sure you are well fueled with both adequate hydration and food. Additional safety features for riders would be you cannot have aero bars or disc wheels on your bike. You cannot have earbuds, headphones, or any type of musical device that will distract you from your surroundings. In your race package, you will find a number of items that you need to display during the ride. There'll be 2 support vehicle IDs, one of which should go on the front windshield and one on the back windshield of your vehicle with your rider number on it. Each rider needs to have a bike number on the horizontal tube of their bike that's in front of their seat. And each rider needs to have a rider bib that is safety pinned to the right thigh. There will be twist ties and safety pins in your race package. When you exit a checkpoint, or if you're the last rider at the finish line, there'll be a strip on the bottom of your rider bib that will be ripped off. In addition, each team will have a blue sheet within your race package, and each team should do their best to fill in the different leg times for their riders and hand that blue sheet in at the finish line. If you need to enter a checkpoint to dip your timing stick depending on your team configuration, when you enter the checkpoint as a rider, you will see signage telling you where you should slow down and where you need to stop and get off your bike. You then walk your bike up to the timing station, dip your timing stick, and then either continue riding if you're riding multiple legs, or pass your timing stick to the next rider. If you ride into your checkpoint and the next rider is not there, you have two choices. You can continue riding into the next leg, but make sure you let checkpoint volunteers know that you chose to ride on, or you can simply wait for your rider to show up and take over the timing stick. In terms of crossing the border into the US, make sure you follow these rules. Everybody crossing the border must have a valid passport. All custom regulations are in effect. Make sure you are in compliance with any food restrictions. Cyclists do not need to go through the radiation portals. Cyclists must dismount when clearing customs. If you are a driver of a support vehicle, get to customs as soon as you can. If you're on an 8-person team, drop off your rider at checkpoint 6 early and then get your leg 8 rider to checkpoint 7 right away, so you make sure you're not held up at US Customs. For the rider that's coming into Haines, Alaska to the finish line, there have been some changes from past years. You're going to come in on the Haines Highway, which turns into Beach Road. You're going to go all the way down towards the water. You're going to turn right on Totem Street and then go left on Fort Seward Drive, and the finish line will be right there. As you ride down the Haines Highway, it's quite possible you might see some bears. It is the time of year where there's lots of green growth coming up on the side of the highway, and they're pretty hungry after a long winter. If you see a bear and you're on your bike, then stop, wait and see what the bear is doing. If you need to, turn around, go back the other way, and or take advantage of any passing support vehicles to assist you to get safely by. For more information about being safe around bears, Yukon Department of Environment has a pamphlet called Being Safe in Bear Country. Please make sure you are a respectful visitor when you're in Haines Junction and in Haines, Alaska. This is a community which a small number of people live in, so let's not leave a mess. Let's enjoy ourselves, but in a responsible way. When you are in Haines, Alaska, please fill up public and private campgrounds before using any overflow parking. There are no open alcohol containers allowed, and no fires allowed in the Fort Seward parade grounds. When you're in Haines Junction on the Friday night, please make sure you're only camping in official campground areas. You cannot camp in your RV or camper just along the edge of the road. For all people involved in this event, let's not leave a mess behind us. So whether you need to go to the bathroom or you have some garbage to dispose of, please do that responsibly. There are very few garbage facilities along the highway, so basically take it with you. If you need to use a bathroom, there should be bathrooms at all checkpoints, but if you're in between checkpoints, then please follow no trace camping. If you're not sure how to go to the bathroom when you're in between facilities, there's a great book out called How to in the Woods. This event takes over 200 volunteers to make happen, as well as great support from corporate, government, and non-government organizations on both sides of the border. Please show respect and appreciation for all of these. We have wonderful sponsors and supporters of all sizes that help the event happen.